chatting.
Crazy.
Plus one. Oh, crazy text.
Start over.
I have to start over. Rewind. Two crazy chicks chatting plus one. Okay. Listen, I can't rewind. This is live. We make mistakes. We are human. It's okay.
That's the beautiful thing about life is like there's no
do-overs.
There's no rehearsal.
Yeah.
No.
Honestly, there's really no rehearsal. Unless maybe you're getting married, and even then there's a rehearsal, but at the actual time of the wedding, it's the real deal. So we can practice being perfect. I like to strive for excellence instead of perfection.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Something can be excellent without being perfect. That helps you to take some of the... Yeah.
I can't be perfect?
I mean, you're perfect.
I wish
I'm just talking.
No, listen, you know what I am? I'm perfect for me. And every day, and I say this all the time to you guys, and you know this, that I get to change my view of what perfection is. And if I don't do that, then I am beating myself up for trying to be and have an expectation of something that I'm trying to achieve. And you know what? I can only do what I can do. So if one day, say, you're getting older, you can't do the same things that you did maybe 10 years ago. So what you would think is perfection 10 years ago, if you don't roll with that and change that, then you're just going to end up not loving yourself. And today, that is not something that I want to do. I want to find ways to love myself more. And so for me, it really is about, you know, how do I do that? How do I look at myself as a whole, perfect, in my own eyes, human being? Somebody that is really living their soul self, you know, as we call our highest self, our soul self. How do I do that? How do I accomplish that? And I think a lot of it is switching what was taught to me that perfection was.
That like that shift in, you know, in perception of like who you should be, or, you know, against like what society says or what you're supposed to be. Yes. You know, like you're supposed to be this because you're a woman, and you're supposed to, you know, have dinner on the table when your husband gets home, and all of those crazy things.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't have to do that.
You do not have to do that.
Maybe that's why I don't have a husband.
Hi, Meg.
Me either.
Just let me give a shout out. Jamie is here, Meg is here, and Robin is here with us live. She's observing us tonight here.
It's so good to have you here.
It is really nice to have you here. Thank you. And if you're watching from home, please let us know that you're here. Comment. If there's something that you want to talk about, please put it in the comments. I'm going to be looking down at my phone. I don't have my glasses on tonight. I have my contacts in. If you were here last week, you know I had eye surgery, and I'm having my second one on Monday. So my vision is not that great. So if I'm looking down, please excuse me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm actually paying attention to you. Okay? I just like to say that because people don't know what I'm doing.
I do the same thing. I read them too.
Yes.
And I also say that if you don't comment, we don't know that you are here.
Yes.
It just gives us a little thing that says how many people are watching. And I personally am here, and I think that all of us are here to build community.
Yes.
So be part of the community. Take action. And just say, hey. And then when you say, hey, I'm here, then we see that you're here. And it just builds community, and it feels good.
And the other thing is that if you ever do want to come and be with us live in the room, you can do that too. So let us know if you don't live in town here in the Ocala area, you know, and you're coming to visit, please stop by, have tea with us. And if you want more community, we do a lot of things here that for our community, you know, like the drum circle and the women's
Which, I don't know if you noticed behind us.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful drums. These are the drums that Susan keeps for members that come that maybe they don't have a drum. They've never played the drum before. I do want to point out that the drum circle, which I don't know when the next one is.
31st.
It's the 31st.
The 31st. Is open to beginners. You do not have to have any experience with anything, any instrument whatsoever. The energy is amazing. If you just bring yourself, your energy will follow, and it just creates a beautiful time.
So I want to also give a shout out to Michelle. Hi, she says she has a massage to do, but she'd like to watch later, and it will be here for you to watch later. And listen, you need to come visit me, love. You know, we need to catch up. Also, Tay is here, so I just want to say hi, Tay. And it's nice that you join us, and it really means a lot to us. that you do that.
And let's not also forget that from 6 to 7, right before the drum circle, we have the lovely Robin who is with us tonight. She teaches the basics of how to play the drum.
And I also want to say, if you are out there, you have a company, you work for a company that you think would benefit from having a drum circle at your company, me and Robin can come out there. She can teach. I can participate with you and bring you some really nice atmosphere and some love. Or we could bring you the crystal bowls. Me and Beth can bring you the crystal bowls. So we are open to helping.
We're open for business.
Yeah, yes, we are open for business. Open for business. Yes. We're actually, and we're in the business of helping and healing. That's our business.
Yes, it is.
That's what we like to do. That's what we love to do. And so even if you don't want a crystal bowl or drumming and you need to reach out and you need somebody to talk to, you can always call me at 954-696-4403. And if I don't answer and you need to talk right away, text me anyway, and let me know that you're going to give me a call. I am available 24/7, and that is the truth. Okay.
I think Georgianne is here. Georgianne.
Hi, Georgianne.
Georgianne,
Okay,
hi.
Georgianne.
You need to come out too, baby. We miss you.
I want to say that Steve showed me a picture of Vi, who is what, 4? Georgianne, how old is Violet? I want to say 4. Okay, but in this picture, the problem is she looks 12. Okay, I don't like those pictures, Georgianne. Don't.
Can you text me it so I can see it too?
Don't. She's 4. She looks like 12 in these pictures. I don't appreciate that.
Boy, does that mean you're getting older too?
I don't know what it means. It just, I was like, oh no, don't. Just be
I know.
She is so adorable in these pictures. One of them, she's got like a purse and like a something. I don't remember. A purse and a hat.
She's just adorable. Anyway, you know what you could do, Georgianne? You could actually post a picture in the comments of Vi. We would love that, and I'm sure everybody would love to see her. She's really, really adorable. So, and anybody, hey, listen. That suggestion is open to anybody. Post pictures in the comments. Post pictures.
Can you do that?
I believe you can. I mean,
I think you can.
I can try and do
Let
it.
me see.
Can I do it?
Let them at home do it.
Okay, do it at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, if you have a picture of something that you love, post it in the comments.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Annie's
awesome.
here. Hi, Annie. I just saw that. How you doing, love? I'm so glad you're here. Annie has been here every week with us, and that is such an honor, and we appreciate it so much that you come. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person, too. So.
I don't think we can send a picture. I'm looking.
You can't?
I don't know. I was trying.
Okay. Well, so if you know the answer, let us know, because you teach us just as much as we have to offer you, right?
Oh,
like, this is such a gift to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So... Speaking of gifts, we are at the Healing Solutions Center giving away a free crystal bowl meditation. The bowl meditation is this Saturday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Daylight Savings Time. We had to change the time so that it would be darker because we do it outside under the stars when the weather is nice.
It should be lovely this weekend.
Oh, it should be gorgeous. So how you win that is... we have a post, right? And it says, tell us some of the benefits of the crystal bowl meditation.
It's a video.
It's a video. Okay, she did a video. She's going to go live again tomorrow at some point, and we're going to pick the winner.
Yeah.
And we have a random number that we've already picked, and it's going to be the person that is that number in the comments. So if you are interested in that, please feel free to comment somewhere. Anywhere you want, we'll get it. Send me a message, send her a message. We'll put it in order as we get it. However you want to do it, we will try and find you, and hopefully you'll be the winner. And if not, we will be doing this again. Maybe you'll be the winner next time. And if
you'll be a loser.
Maybe you will. maybe you will. That's true. But you know what? You know what? If you are not fortunate enough to win the crystal bowl meditation,
That doesn't mean
call
you're a
people
loser.
losers. I should call people losers. If you can, you know what? If you want to come, you can always come. I mean, we have some available. Most of the time, we are actually sold out for this one. So
Yes.
we do have that one available.
One spot
And
I think that
well, we might have one more, but so if you really want to come, we can always, listen, we're going to be outside, so we can always squeeze one more, and we try anyway, because it's about community. It's about,
Susan knows that stresses me out when we have to squeeze one more person. But I love it. I love it. I love
you
all the
are
extra
worth
energy.
the stress. You
Yes.
are all worth the stress.
Yes.
Let me just point that out. And you know what? The good news is she doesn't have to go through the stress alone. I'm right there with her.
Yes,
and we do
that's
it together.
amazing.
So yeah.
That's the
I think
best
that's
part.
one of the beautiful things about being here and being in this space is that there really are no losers. Whether you're here on the live, you come to one of the events, and there are so many community events that are free. The drum circle. Of course, if you come and you want to make what are they called, love donations?
Yes.
To help with the cost of putting the thing on.
tea.
But the women's fire circle,
Right.
is another opportunity. This every Wednesday night, to me, this brings value to my life.
Yes,
I think
me
it brings
too.
value to a lot of people's lives. So these are all things that I think that we don't want there to be anyone losing out on community
Right.
because they can't
Yes. And listen,
afford it.
yeah,
that doesn't make any
and
sense.
go even one step further. I don't want anybody missing out on healing because they can't afford it. So
Yeah.
if you need healing and you feel that you can't afford it, I'll barter with you. We will make it happen. Like, I don't need the paper, right? We could trade. I'm so open to that. I just really want to be able to help people. So never let money stop you from doing what you need for yourself, self-care, and fulfilling your dreams, man.
Yeah.
Go for it, right? So I just want to shout out. Jamie says, best day of the week. Always look forward to these lives.
I love having
Thank
you here.
We do love having you here. Anne Marie is here again. Hey,
Hi, Anne Marie.
So glad you're here, and I know I'm going to see you tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that.
Maria's here too.
Oh, Maria's here too. I didn't
hey,
see
Maria.
her.
Yeah,
Hi,
she's
Maria.
watching. Hi,
I'm going
Maria.
to see Maria too tomorrow, so that's good. We just, listen, there are always people here. The energy here is great. If you need to pick me up, stop by, have a cup of tea with us. We'd love to have you.
Yes. Yes.
Is today the first day of spring? Was it today?
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Right?
I thought it was the 22nd, but I
Oh,
could be
maybe
wrong.
it was the 22nd.
Today's the 22nd.
Yesterday was the equinox,
Yeah.
right?
So yes.
So that was
Equinox,
the
spring equinox
so,
yesterday.
right.
Yeah.
So, so I think that's how that goes. Anne Marie. Oh, she sent me
So
a
happy
heart.
spring, everyone.
Yes, I
this
love
is
that.
where the light starts to shine in and things start to grow. Maria says, out of no way, a way is made. And that is so true.
Yes.
And this is where, I don't know about you guys, but I've had my windows open, the breeze coming in, airing out the house, letting things just sort of, the energy move out
Yes.
from the winter. Not that, I love winter energy, by the way. It's probably one of my
too.
favorites. It's the cozy, comfortable, going inside, reflective sort of energy. But now...
Well, can't we just love every single season, every
all have
energy
wonderful
we can?
parts.
I can't even pick my
I don't
favorite
know.
anymore.
Summertime is a beast here, man.
It's hot.
It's
But that's
summertime.
okay.
Wait, summertime anywhere.
Robin says that's her favorite is summertime. All right,
Anywhere.
I'm going to have to hang
Anywhere.
out with you so
Yeah.
it can rub off on you a
Yes.
little bit because summertime, I sweat.
I
going
love
from-
it. I love it.
the
I
house
love
to the
heat.
car.
I love the heat.
You guys
So-
comment in the comments, what is your favorite season if you have one?
Absolutely.
And why?
And
why? Why?
Or, yeah, I would say,
So-
or the season that you hate.
So I'm just gonna say, what's up with you tonight, Miss?
Yeah,
Susan?
I know.
So listen, I just want to tell you, I'll be out somewhere and it'll be raining. People be like, "Oh my God, it's raining! I can't stand it! Oh, look at the weather! It's terrible." I'm like, I love the rain. It's so great.
You sound like a tampon commercial.
I am a tampon commercial. I'm a summer's eve commercial. No, Calgon on, take me away. No, like really, like I love the rain, and I love that my plants, the earth gets fed. You know, they get fed. That I love. And then they'll be like, "Oh my God, it's so hot! It's so hot! It never rains. We need rain." And I'm like, "I love it when it's hot." And then it's cold. I'm like, "Oh my God, I love it when it's cold. I get to sit by my fire." Like there is no season I don't like.
So,
there's no weather I don't like.
Anne Marie says that fall is her favorite because it's cool. Maria is spring and fall. Georgianne's favorite season is LMAO. I don't know.
She's laughing at us.
She's laughing because we said she sounded like a tampon commercial.
Oh, Violet is here watching.
Oh, well, then we better watch her.
Hello,
Okay.
Violet.
Marianne says, I love spring because of the new growth and everything is blooming. I like spring a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The cool air and change of leaves and colors. I'm assuming that's the fall.
Yeah.
You know, the new growth here is really nice. I came up here from South Florida. It's been about a year and a half. And there everything is pretty much green and blooming all year round, which is lovely. However,
hi, Deborah.
That's okay. There's something nice about watching it fade away and then come back again. Like the little spring flowers are here now.
So beautiful, those purple and the orange. So beautiful.
I'm waiting for the yellows. I feel like the yellow ones haven't.
Yeah, they'll come out.
Not yet.
They'll come out.
So
listen, I can just tell you that we planted new plants last year. We had a couple of freezes this year. I didn't know what was going to make it. It looked, a lot of it didn't. Let me tell you what, like it's a surprise every time I go out. There's another flower, another leaf, another comeback that I didn't think that was going to come back. It's so beautiful here. I love it.
I think that Meg and Maria are bartering for seeds and sheet metal. I love this. I don't know what that's all about.
Exactly.
Seeds. Meg, you want some seeds?
I love
she was talking about corn seeds.
Would
that
you
she
like
just
some
planted.
sheet metal? You know I would like some. Let's talk about that. You need seeds. No, Meg wants seeds. I need sheet metal. You know I do. So let's talk about that.
Love this.
Give me a call. Meg! Yeah, Maria says, yes, Meg. Oh, hi, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
From Justin, too. Hi, Justin. How are you? So, how much fun is this?
It's fun.
I love
Like,
it. It's
this
like all our
is so
friends show
much
up.
fun
We
with
missed
you.
a comment from Jamie. Jamie says, I hate the spring because my allergies
Start
to get
Jamie.
Yeah. But what can you do about that? Like peppermint will help clear you. That will be really good for you. You can run the hot water in the shower and just put a couple of drops of peppermint in there and it will just feel so good. And listen, if you have allergies, I hate to say
I
this.
take a Zyrtec every night.
You can, but
all
you
year
know
long.
you could go to
Not
an
safe,
allergist and you can
Yeah.
get they do injections, drops, and now. So we can do something about it. Listen, I'm allergic to my cat, and every day I go in my bedroom and I find Burger on my pillow.
Yep.
So that's what I deal with every night. But I love him, and it's so worth it. And that's the way I feel about the flowers and the pollen. I love it. It's worth
Or
it.
you can just stay inside all spring long.
I have to
Fine.
take some allergy medication
avoid
on a
spring.
daily.
Meg says anytime there isn't direct sunlight, she likes that. Yeah. I don't mind
Direct sun can be brutal out here.
It can, but it is
For long
also
periods of
necessary
time.
because if you're not in the sun, you will lack vitamin D, and I actually lack vitamin D, and
And that has an effect on our mental health.
It does.
So vitamin D,
yes.
we can take it, of course, internally.
It's
And
not
none
the
of us are
same.
nutritionists or anything,
No.
but it's better for you if you get it.
Well, and it affects your energy. It affects everything. Jamie says, ooh, that's gross to also staying inside. I'm like a sunflower. I need sunshine. Gotta let my petals bloom.
I love it.
Yay! I love that. Yes, you do.
It's so good.
So,
Jamie, if you wouldn't mind dropping the link for the fundraiser that you're doing for the babies, go ahead and drop that in.
Yes.
I know that there's a few more weeks left of that. I just shared it on my Facebook page. I'll be sharing it more this weekend.
But if you share it here, we'll share it too. So everybody who's watching, even if you can't donate it, once she puts the link there, if you could share that and raise money for this, that would be phenomenal. That is community. That's community.
I feel like the last time I checked, we were about it's $1,000 goal, right, Jamie? And I think that you were about, I want to say $696 shy of your goal. So there's still some work to do to get to the amount that your goal is. So
Okay.
thank
Well,
you
I
for
did
putting
make
that
a
in
little
there.
donation.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's an honor to be able
Yeah.
to do it. I wish I was in a position to give you the whole donation and make that number happen for you. I wish I was, but we don't do anything alone, so we can do that
That's
as a
right.
community.
That's
So
right.
if
Yes.
you have, give, and if you don't have, share it. Even if you have it, share it so that we can raise money for this really important thing for Jamie. And if you don't know, I'm just going to tell you, she lost a child recently, and this is dear to her heart. So, if you want to know more about it, you can message her yourself, and you can share with her. And I know there's several of us that have lost children in this group, and we found that out thanks to Jamie sharing and being open about her loss. So we are here to support one another, and that's the wonderful thing about here. And so speaking of that, I would like to get to, since I don't know what time it is because I can't see, but
7:51.
7:51. So we have 40 minutes left.
40 minutes.
So Georgianne
And
had
time goes by fast here on
Georgianne
Zoom.
had said that she wanted to talk about boundaries and keeping boundaries and tough love, right? Is that, am I right? Am I on the right track? Georgianne?
Basically, I mean, we could, I don't know, did you pull up what she,
I
so
can.
we do share during the week, we share
Yes.
the live, and in the live it says, hey, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yes.
So feel free, and if you don't want to put it, sometimes it's personal, right? Sometimes it's like super personal, and we don't want that, floating around. It's fine.
Right.
If you message Susan privately,
Yes, I'll bring it up.
then
But
we'll bring it up.
Call
And if
me,
you,
text me. So let me just also say that's Facebook. You can do that, but also 954-696-4403. So I want to always let you know that you can get to me directly. But you don't have to go through Facebook.
She
Right.
did.
So.
I pulled up Georgianne's comment, and it was anything and everything. So that's what she
Right.
said.
That's a
but
given.
I've been
Yes.
struggling with this tough love situation. It's been hard for me, but I am dealing with it more, knowing that I'm important too.
Absolutely.
And it says it's difficult when it's your child.
It so is. It so is. And, we talked about this a little bit last week and how important it is to not be your child's friend, but to be their parent. And that is our responsibility, and that is where our boundaries come in, and that's where tough love comes in. Because really, when we have a child, whether we give birth to them or we adopt them, it is our responsibility to do what's right for them, not what is easy for us, not what makes us feel good. And I used to say to my son all the time, listen, I'm your mother. I am not your friend. You don't have to like me, but I am going to do what I think will help you have the best life. And we can be friends later. We can be friends later. I think it's so important. So, Georgianne, I'm so proud of you. I know how hard this is. Every parent, mother or father, knows how difficult it is to have tough love and to put yourself first and to take care of yourself so that you can be an example of what healthy is to your child. It is hard. It is not easy. And you should be cheering yourself on and patting yourself on the back, because every day when I think of you, that's what I think. This is a strong-ass woman who loves her children enough to not enable them and to feel bad because it is difficult. So I honor you, and you are an example of what an amazing mother is. So I hope that you feel that way about yourself, and I just wanted to say that, And anybody who knows Georgianne will say the same thing. She's an amazing mother and amazing everything. So
I think we talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
You and I.
we do.
We talk about it a lot.
Why do we talk about it?
Because it's something that I struggle with.
Yes.
And I think the reason, I know why I struggle with it, why it's something that I find it really hard to put a boundary in place. lots of you guys know I'm in recovery, and so I feel like I'm having to make up for that time that I wasn't available for my kids. My kids know I'm available now. So there are times when, they call while I'm at work, or, I'm trying to do something. Hey, Mom, I
have to say to her, you cannot do that at work, because I could let her do that, and I have. But if I allow her to act out in that way, she's going to hurt herself.
Yeah.
She's going to hurt herself, and that's not okay for me. I can't sit here and watch her do that. So it is hard. It's hard when you feel guilty. And I just want to say, Katrina said, when I was talking about Georgianne, that sounds like an incredible mom to me. And really it is. She is. She's so amazing. She's such a good person. And so I think that that's really an important thing to really consider, is why are we, what motivates us? What is our part in this, enabling in this tough love thing? What is our part? What are we responsible for? So if you have anything to add to it, ladies and gentlemen out there, please post that and let us know. Women of Strength say, hey, ladies, hey. We are strong.
So I will say this, as far as like this is that my kids have seen me evolve and change over this year, and are like so excited. Hey, Mom is back. And so, and I've had to put boundaries in place with them and say, like, listen, I've got to go do this to take care of myself.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm not going to be here, and whether that's going to a recovery meeting or meeting with some girlfriends or whatever that is that I need to do to take care of myself, lets me be there for them too. And so when I'm doing that, they know, I think that they're important as well,
Yes.
So,
and Georgianne says, I'm getting better. Thank you. You are amazing. And, the key to being better is not being at that point where you're better. It's that journey, right? It's a journey of doing what you think will help. And sometimes we make mistakes on that. Sometimes we trip over ourselves. Sometimes we do the wrong thing, and that's okay too. And you need to give yourself a break. That goes back to being the perfection. Like, I have to do this perfectly, and we don't. And nobody gives us a manual, and everybody says that, that nobody gives us a manual when we have a child. And it's really true. And even if I wrote a manual, it wouldn't apply to everybody.
Exactly.
There is no right. There is no wrong. There are no two people who are exactly the same. But we can do things like we're doing tonight and share our experiences, and maybe we can touch one person. And that's what we're here for. And that's why it's so important for you guys. It's so important for me that you guys show up. Because this is really about helping one another. So thank you.
I'm going to ask, can you read her comment again?
I sure can.
Georgianne's comment. Would you read it again, please?
I'll read it again. Here we go. Bam. Okay, so she said, anything and everything. I've been struggling with this tough love situation. It's been hard for me, but I'm dealing with it more, knowing that I'm important too. It's difficult when it's your child.
Okay. So she also just said, I finally said to myself, this rain's got to stop and let me off.
I'm going to say train.
Train. Yes, right.
So I'm going to ask every one of us, when you think about the comment that you just heard, and you think about what it feels, what tough love, what it feels to give someone tough love, whether it's your child, your mother, your coworker, what does it feel like to give someone tough love? I'm interested to hear for you guys.
I hate that.
What does it feel like when you're giving, or maybe giving tough love, or
I feel like I am a bad person. I feel like the person is not going to like me anymore. It is stepping out of my comfort zone. I feel like I really have to push myself to do it. And listen, Beth will tell you, as an employer, and and we're best friends and we're together all the time. like when I have to do that, it is so hard for me. And so sometimes what happens is because it's so hard for me, I kind of toughen up and I don't let the feelings through, and then I think it comes out the wrong way. It's excruciating. I gotta say, it really is excruciating for me.
Georgianne says, honestly, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to encourage you, and this is for everyone, to attach an actual feeling. Mm-hmm. I wish I had a feelings wheel. I'd share it with everybody.
Oh,
but attach an actual feeling. It feels like, yes, Maria, the S word. Like I do believe that word should be on the feelings wheel. Yes. It's not.
Marianne says, as hard as it is, I feel like I'm validating myself. So it's so true.
Yes.
So true. But I got to tell you, not only is it a feeling emotionally for me, it's physical for me too. My whole insides get tight. I want to get in a hole and cover myself up. That's what I want to do when I have to tell my truth. It's my truth. And set boundaries. Boundaries are so freaking hard for me. I used to do things that I absolutely did not want to do because I could not keep a boundary. And it didn't matter whether it was attached to somebody that I knew or loved. It could be with a stranger. Mm-hmm. And I would behave in ways that I did not admire just because it was so excruciating for me. Yeah.
Can you read through some of the comments?
So Anne-Marie says anxiety. Mm-hmm. Maria said it feels like everything tightens in fear. Oh, God, yes.
So there's some fear, anxiety.
Georgianne says, and now I've stopped her from talking to and seeing her daughter that we've now adopted. I owe my grandchild, aka child, a good, positive life. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Katrina says, scary that it will push them away and they won't come back, even if it's what's best for yourself. I so relate to that. That is, because I get scared about losing people, right?
Yeah.
That whole abandonment thing comes up. That's a really great point, Katrina. Thank you.
So, what I've heard so far as feelings are being scared, frightened, or fearful, anxious. Katrina, your statement kind of lends itself to a little bit of the possibility of loss.
Yes.
So we'll go with loss and maybe feeling alone in a way. Mm-hmm. I think that, and then the physical sensation of my body tightens up. Say it again.
Dis-ease.
Yes.
Dis-ease.
Dis-ease.
Right.
Dis-ease.
Dis-ease.
Yes.
Feeling uneasy, right? Someone who is willing to see others grow will feel empowered to give others tough love. So when I give or receive tough love, I may feel anxiety, but overall I feel like a conqueror because you want to be the one to make a difference.
Nice.
This is really powerful. Women of Strength, thank you for being here. Connected Sisters public page. I will absolutely check you out.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
So good. Fort Lauderdale.
South Florida, where all the good people come from. Yeah. Just saying. And then beyond the fear, over the top anger shows up to get her done. Anger, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. So it's no wonder that tough love is tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not just
that's why
they say
true.
Yeah, so is it true? So let's just imagine Georgianne's daughter. Which is it tougher for her daughter or for Georgianne?
Georgianne.
Right? Tough love is we often think about it like I'm going to give you some tough love. No. It's the tough comes from here.
Right. And the person on the other end, even though it doesn't feel good sometimes because they're not getting their way, benefits in ways that are inexplainable. Inexplicable? Inexplicable.
Unexplainable. Inexplicable.
Yeah, inexplicable.
One of the things that I've found in my over a decade of working in the field of mental health and addiction is that a lot of times we have a desire to control. None of you out there, I'm sure, has nothing to do with any of you out there. But sometimes Anne-Marie says sometimes it can be heart-wrenching. Yes, you can feel your heart literally like breaking and oozing out in your chest, right?
Yeah.
And
Georgianne said, I know my daughter is hurting, but I can't help her. And she has a crying face. Yeah.
I'll say that we have a lot, especially we want to control when we see that the other person is not handling their life well. That they're quite possibly in danger.
Right, hurting themselves.
Yes. And that's really a very difficult, it's a challenge to let go.
Well, and I think, like with Georgianne, she has her child to think about and her child to think about, right? That is being pulled at both ends, doing what's right for both of them. It has to be sometimes some of the hardest work that you've ever done. Protecting your adopted child, right? And then trying to do what's right for her while, doing what's right for your daughter at the same time. And, I know it's a struggle because, of course we want our children to see, have more love. I remember when, so I adopted my son, and there was a time when a biological great aunt came around, and we didn't know about her, and she was threatening me. And it was very difficult. And it wasn't because there was another family member that might take him. It was because of the way she was behaving. I had to protect my son. It didn't really matter to me that she was biological. But what I did say to her was, if you had just done this a different way, I would be so grateful to have more love, more people to love him and honor him. It's not, I don't want you in his life. I would like that. But if you're showing me this is the kind of person, this is the way you act, we're responsible. We have to protect our children and the people who cannot protect themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that when we have adult children and again, we're talking about children here, but I think that this applies to many relationships, whether it's intimate relationships with a significant other. Sometimes the roles are reversed and the child becomes the parent, and then you always also have to put in some kind of boundaries, and boundaries are a form of tough love, although I don't really like the term tough love at all, to be honest with you. Because it already implies that this is going to be difficult.
Yes.
So we're already labeling that like, wow, this is going to be a challenge.
So and what do we call it?
Not to say it's not going to be a challenge. But if we start to look at that from a different perspective, really when I'm talking about tough love, it's not about control, it's about letting go. It's really about letting go. That's what this is about. We want, I know for me and people that I've worked with, we want to sink our claws into something, protect, right?
Yes.
We want to defend. And I'll also tell you something very strange. Oftentimes we want to be right about how bad that person is. And please, and Georgianne, I love you to death, and I'm not saying that that's your case.
Right.
And a lot of this happens subconsciously.
I was going to say that's the ego.
It is the ego. It happens subconsciously because we get used to it. We absolutely get used to it. And I'll tell you something I know from experience, because this is what I did with my own child. Yes. And then on the times that I would expect her to do something that wasn't right, and she did, I didn't even know what to do. Because I had set myself up to find what I was looking for. I'm going to be right about it either way. So if I'm going to be right about it, I'm going to look for the good. Now, this is the challenge, though, because it's not easy when somebody's continually making what we would label a mistake to look for the good. Danielle says, hello. Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
So here we are with this label, this thing called tough love. And really, there's one thing I find that in 90% of the situations I need to do, and that's remove myself. I need to remove myself.
That's the hardest thing sometimes.
It
right?
is. That is. But it's not, depending on what your goal is with your loved one, the challenge is letting them walk their own path. even when they face danger, even when they face consequences, even when they face destruction and fear and all of those things, letting our loved ones walk their own path. I would have, there's been points in my children's lives and loved ones' lives that I would have said, I will walk your path for you. I will fight this for you if I could. If I could at all possible fight this for you, I will absolutely do that. But here's the thing. Can't do it.
Jamie says, but remember, no one likes to do things that are difficult for them or anyone else they love, which is why tough love is called tough love. We can't run away from everything that is difficult. We will never get stuff done. Tough love means the act of being realistic with your loved ones, even if that is difficult. It's not, but I also want to say it's just love. We don't have to attach the tough to it. It's love, because just because something is difficult doesn't mean that it doesn't come from love.
Doesn't love imply being tough in and of itself?
Yes.
Without actually...
You know what, as you were talking, and you were talking about being right, and you know what came up for me was, I think that there have been times when I have been so hyper-focused on my loved ones and... helping them, right? And tough love, loving them, because I didn't want to focus on me. And that's a hard thing for me to admit. I just want to tell you.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
And I'll say, because you said that, I'll say this. One of the ways I find that is an interesting way to support our loved one is to find the change that is difficult for us to make in ourselves. Whether it's a habit, it's a behavior, it's a thought process. We expect our loved ones to do so much that we're very busy. I'll say because I like to use I statements, but I've seen it so many times throughout the years. I'm so busy telling you what you should do or not do that I'm not doing the changes that I need in my own life.
Yes.
And so therefore I'm a little bit hypocritical, and there is a magic that happens when you take on yourself. When you take yourself on and you say, yes, I know my loved one is struggling in this area. It's very hard for them. It's hard for me. What can I do about it? Generally speaking, there's not much, but what you can do is to go in, find that thing, because guess what? It's hard for them. It's hard for you too. So when you face your challenges head on, you are creating an energy that is a healing energy. And you're also walking the path that you expect them to walk.
Yes. You're being the example. So, and they always say children learn from what you do and not what you say, right? Then that's really what you're talking about is if you do it and you show them, what's the story about the fisherman? Right?
You teach him how to fish.
Teach him how to fish. He eats forever. I give him a fish. He eats once, right? It's the same idea is, okay, let me show you how to heal, how to walk through life with grace and dignity, with less pain, hopefully, right? I mean, we do our best. We're not perfect. So we're going to make mistakes, but then show them that a mistake can be an opportunity.
And this is work that even without showing them or saying to them, and it's not something that is advertised like, well, I know you have this problem and I have this problem, so I'm going to work on my problem, because we can use that to elevate ourselves and still be in a position of power over our loved one.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not what they need, is somebody in a position of power. So sometimes as the person giving the tough love, if that's what we call it, really a way to give tough love is to go inside. And Jamie brought this up last week about having tough love for myself. And
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
Was so good.
And that tough love for myself can be, my loved one is faced with this, but I too am faced with challenges that are difficult and that I've been struggling with for a long time. How can I heal myself? And I think that energetically, that healing of self goes out into the world, in my opinion. Yes. But definitely our closest loved ones.
So I just want to say hi to Delaney. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope that you enjoy this and you get a lot out of this, because I know that we do. And I just love what you're talking about, Anna. It's such profound.
Well, I think that we
stuff.
hold our loved ones accountable to the point. This is a hard world that we live in. Mm-hmm. We have so many distractions. And if you think about the path that you've had to walk to generate the healing and the love and transformation that you have in your life, and I'm assuming because this is what we talk about, and you're here, lots of you are here every week,
right?
That you do those things. So we're on this path of transformation, and we've put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and we know that it's just a continuous process that we keep putting in this work and effort, and we keep, hopefully we continue to transform. Mm-hmm. So our loved ones, as we are challenged. And I really believe the best we can do is remove ourselves and let them walk their own path. Now, I'm not saying not to help or support, not saying that at all, like leave them out in the cold. That's not what I'm saying. But give them the room to be hurt. And I hate to say that, because sometimes the hurt is so deep and it's so heartbreaking. Yeah. But that's part of the process of transformation.
Yes, it's where we grow the most, right? It's where we grow the most.
It's scary because we want to protect our children from the most painful kinds of hurt. And our loved ones, not just children.
Absolutely. So, and Jamie said, so I was sitting here thinking, I have never had to do tough love on anyone, but I have had to do it on myself. I had to literally tell myself that I'm doing the right thing for my daughter, no matter how much I hurt because of what was happening. Mm-hmm. And yes, and you know, sending you, you know, lots of love and healing, because that is so courageous. That is so courageous. And, you know, like I was saying to Georgianne before, like, pat yourself on the back for that one. Because
we do, and that's part of the community where we come together, we share, and we don't often acknowledge ourselves easily, you know, but come be part of a community. Come here so we can tell you how magnificent you are. We can tell you that you're doing the right thing. We can honor you. We can honor your hurt. We can honor Georgianne's daughter's pain.
Yes.
That we can honor her struggle with this life. That's what we should spend more time doing, is honoring those pieces and those parts and the transformation, and really be with each other to say, I see you.
Yes.
I see you. Yes. I think that there was a comment from the women's page. I don't remember what that page was.
Women of Strength Connection says, I think tough love is healthy. Well, in my opinion, because it helped me develop empathy and control of my own feelings. It depends on the person who gives the tough love, though, because some people give tough love, especially to their child or children, to help them prevent making the mistakes they made. Rather, it should be helping them identify their own emotions and identity. Bam! Right?
That's,
so good.
That's the part of walking their path.
Yes.
I can't tell you. I can tell you how I think the problem should be fixed. And you might even take that on, right? Mm-hmm. There are very special people in this world that must learn it for themselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I wish, looking back in my life, I had listened to my mom a little more. Yes. I wish that I had listened to, you know, some teachers a little more. I wish that I had. I didn't. I walked my own path, and I had to learn.
Yes.
And I think that that's what you're speaking into. That's what came up for me as you read that comment, is letting that person decide who they are. And it's so hard to sit on the sidelines and let them
I just want to read what Jamie said. Anna knows I really am acknowledging myself. I rarely am proud of myself or honoring my progress. It's hard to do sometimes. You know what? Maybe it's hard, but you better look in the mirror, lady, because you're doing the deal. You're doing it, and you should be proud of yourself. And every single day. And you know what? Get a sticky note. Put that on your mirror, you know, by the toilet, by your makeup mirror, wherever you, and let yourself know. Remind yourself and say it in my voice if you can't say it in your own. I am so proud of you, Jamie. You are a strong, courageous woman who is doing the right thing for your daughter, and you should know this every millisecond of every day. Yeah, every day, because what you're doing is something that not everybody can do. So honor yourself. I honor you. I honor you. And I also want to say that, so I did this master class by my friend Carrie, and it was about imposter syndrome. And so, when you were talking, it hit me that part of, me wanting to like help my son is teaching him not to be who he is. Right? To be an imposter. Walk through life. So he's not really getting what he needs. He's not, internalizing the message because I'm trying to get him to get my message. Right? Or I'm trying to prevent him from getting the message he's supposed to get by protecting him. Right? And so that's how I think, for me, there were so many times when I was not who I, really authentically wanted to be because I was trying to protect the people who were trying to protect me. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and that's hard. Hey, Jennifer, glad you're with us. Thank you. It's just, really difficult stuff because we are so conditioned to behave like they tell us to, and take on certain roles, and that's one of the reasons why this way of loving somebody is so difficult, I think, especially for women, because we are taught that we should be taken care of in a way that is not allowing people to walk their path and setting them free like Anna shared, but we should be doing it for them, taking care of them. And so I think part of the difficulty in loving this way is not acknowledging our greatness, not acknowledging that this is what people do, is love themselves first, right? Being the example, doing the work, and allowing people to be who they are and follow their own path. And that is, listen, man, that's hard. It's hard.
But the allowing sometimes also looks like tears. It looks like that. Yes. As parents and loved anybody who's talking about a loved one, honestly, that willingness to go and let yourself fall apart over it. And oftentimes I think that we spend a lot of time trying to hold ourselves together. I'm going to encourage you, don't subscribe to that. Let yourself fall apart.
Absolutely.
Really, give yourself an opportunity, time, space, call someone. I am, and I've said this before, I am really, really good at sitting with people while they fall apart. And I will probably fall apart with you. I'm not a therapist, so I can cry with you.
Yes.
And I will. Because sometimes that's the acknowledgement that we need, is for you to feel me on the level that I'm hurting right now. And I happen to be excellent at that, actually.
So if you need that.
And so if you need someone, a shoulder to cry on, if you need to yell and scream, if you need to work it out, I want to tell you that's okay. We don't have, this isn't pretty sometimes. No. And I'll also tell you that a good way to deal with the stress, anxiety, fear, all of those things, that loss, all of those things that you mentioned before, is meditation. I want to bring you back to that. And for those friends out there who aren't necessarily meditators, that's BS. We're all meditators. Yes. You can sit and breathe. That's really what meditation is. And there are guided meditations, the crystal bowl meditations. You can come here and feel the vibe live, or you can get a good pair of headphones and find an online. We should probably recommend somebody or something.
Well, what I use is Insight Timer, but I will also tell you, it's one of the things that I do. I actually have an appointment with somebody because I'm teaching them how to meditate, right? There are you have to find what works for you. So you have to give yourself permission to be uncomfortable during meditations and feeling like you can't do it and feeling, but that's not the truth, right? So Insight Timer is a great app, free. You do not have to pay the subscription, although if you want to donate some money to meditators so that they can keep it free, that is also a great gift to the universe. If you have, give, and if you don't have, then you don't have, and you can receive through the kindness of others, right? So that is a great thing. And I also want to say, and you both have experienced this, that when people come here, they cry. A lot of people cry here. Why do they cry here? Because the
safe.
minute you walk here, you know it's safe.
Yeah.
It's really not about us. It's about the sacred space, the energy here.
It's the space.
Yeah.
It's a space to let go. And isn't that sort of what tough love is about? A little bit is letting go. So if you let yourself let go, and sometimes, again, that's getting ugly with it, it's okay. And that's giving our loved ones permission to let go of old people, places, things, behaviors, doing your own work, transforming yourself. Another intervention that is amazing to help with this sort of thing is therapeutic art. One of the things that I am the most passionate about probably is therapeutic art. So there are some people on YouTube that you can follow. I facilitate therapeutic art workshops, but you can find it for free on YouTube. Do not ever let money be, the reason that you don't get help. And I think that the last thing I would say that is a really good intervention to support the person who's giving the tough love is a relationship with your higher power.
Absolutely.
I really believe this, and that can look like whatever it is that and I'm not going to go into it too much because we're coming to the end of the live tonight, but I want to encourage you to fall back, whether that's nature, whether it's science. I think that the nature and science, I'm like blown away by the beauty of nature, and you just I can cry on demand. Okay. Maria, you and I will have a cry session. I have no problem. That would be amazing. But I want to take it back to, what was that? Oh, the relationship with the higher power. It doesn't need to be anything but what you want it to be. And we can rely on our higher power and our loved one's higher power. Yes. I believe that our loved one has a higher power in some capacity that is looking out for them. And I pray to my children's higher power and I say, please keep up the good work because they're still alive. They're doing their thing. So that's really, I think, all that I would have to say about.
Yes.
And you can go to therapistaid.com and you can download worksheets there to help you learn how to set appropriate boundaries.
Yes.
Okay? So don't let, I can't afford therapy or I don't have time for therapy. Therapistaid.com, and you can find worksheets for all kinds of stuff. So that can be supportive when you're setting boundaries. And of course, community here, coming here every Wednesday night. Jamie says I am Corey's higher power. Jamie is my I hope to be one day daughter-in-law, please. Higher power. So she says that she is my son's higher power.
That's great.
He's okay. That's great. I believe it's higher
good
power.
Higher power.
I believe his higher power sent you, honey.
She's a good girl.
I do.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. If you guys have any more questions about boundaries or this tough love thing, we don't do tough love alone. That's another thing. We don't do it alone. We come talk to our girlfriends, our guy friends. We have mentors, guides. We do art. We dance it out. We sing it out.
Get a coloring book.
We drum it out. We color it out. We paint it out. We
do women's circles together for that reason, so that we have support, right? And listen, this, although we have a lot of women that are watching this is not just for, the female sex. This is for everyone. Men need this probably more than we do because we're more emotional and more open about it. But, we need to also honor men, and we need to, tell them it's okay to feel your feelings, and it's okay to become part of a community and bond. You know, a lot of men are loners, right? Because they're not very strong, and even women. You know, we're taught that now. We have to be doing everything. So if you have a male in your life, you know, help them benefit from this or something else. You know, have them bring them to the drum circle or a drum circle. You know, let them hit a drum. That'd be good for them. So, you know, I think that in taking care of ourselves, you know, like you were saying before, that energy goes out, and it's not just to women, although I do love my women, but it is for us all, and it's for our women child, and it's for our male child. And we need to, as parents and grandparents, we need to allow our male children to be feeling children, right? So that they can experience and express, you know, like we are tonight here too. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, Beth has some stuff she's going to talk about. She's going to talk about the stuff now.
The stuff, which is always my responsibility.
Well, Anna will do it.
I tried
Anna
it once.
loves
I mean, I'll do it. I
Yeah,
tried
I
it
got
once.
it.
She'll do it.
I kind of suck at it, but I will absolutely.
You don't suck
You
at
do
it. Are
not.
you kidding me?
Actually, and
I
this is-
suck at it.
This
I'm
is the
not very
truth.
good at
The
it.
events that go on here are some of the most affordable. They are some of the most loving, connected, true life experiences. No BS. We don't pretend to know things we don't know. The healing that takes place here is not that Susan does the healing. It's not that Beth does the healing.
Or that you do the healing, because you do things here too. We do breath work together.
We work together here, this whole community.
Yeah.
That's the magic. And I think that that's one of the reasons why it's so amazing.
Yeah.
So,
well, I also want to say what she said before. It's also that we allow our higher power to work through us.
Yes.
You know, when I am doing these things, my ego goes away. I check in, but really, you know, it's whatever you want to call it, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever higher power, energy, Gaia, it doesn't matter, is coming through me.
Right.
I allow that to happen for the greater good of everyone. So, okay,
So
she's going to tell you about it.
announcements. I'm going to tell you all about all these wonderful opportunities for healing,
Yes.
self-love, and community.
Oh, she's good.
tagline.
Yeah,
Somebody write that down.
Write that. Yes, she's
Opportunities
good, right?
for healing, love, and community.
So good.
Haha, sometimes.
I like it.
What do I always say
Yeah,
now?
sometimes.
Sometimes
Yes.
I'm pretty smart.
Yes.
Anyways, so we did talk about our crystal bowl meditation that's coming up on Saturday night. Tomorrow we will be announcing that winner for the free spot. I'll come on sometime tomorrow and let you guys know the lucky.
Can we give a time? Can we do, well, why don't we do like lunchtime?
How about 11:30?
11:30. Okay. 11:30
11:30
tomorrow.
Here.
Live.
Live.
Healing Solution Center to find out if you won the
So,
crystal
but we
ball.
do that every month, and we'll soon have next month's date available for you very,
Yeah.
very soon. Then next Friday is the free drum circle. At 6:00 is the workshop with the lovely Robin. She's going to teach you all the basics. Everything.
She's so good.
She's amazing.
Very good.
Everything you need to know about drumming.
Yes.
As well. Then afterwards, we have our drum circle from 7 to 9. Then the following Sunday, April the 2nd, we have Mama's world famous psychic readings.
We do.
And there's all different types of things, and you can check out the information about that on our website
Yes.
as well as our Facebook page.
There's tarot readings, bones, past lives, and crystal ball.
And all of them are
they're
amazing.
So good. So good.
He has a gift.
Yes.
He's really,
Yes.
really amazing.
I just want to say Georgianne said, gotta go. Good night, ladies. Wishing everyone in this group an amazing rest of the week. See you next week. We love you.
Love you,
Have
Georgianne.
a wonderful night, Georgianne.
And then Friday, April the 7th is our Women's Full Moon Fire. And I think the thing that's cool about this is that we treat this as it's free, and it's
Yes.
another way to build your tribe, your community, experience love in a group of people, as well as we have a different person facilitated each
Yes.
month. So you're getting some kind of different healing on a monthly basis,
and you're getting
which is really
to know
cool.
each other, right?
Right.
And so I'm going to piggyback on that. If you have something to offer and you would like to facilitate, one of the full moons one month, please contact me. We would love to learn from you.
Absolutely.
Share your gifts with us.
Because I think that that's the cool thing is that, we all have different gifts to offer, and, that's how this thing works. That's
Yes.
how we learn.
Yeah.
And we heal. It's from everybody's experience, and that's the cool thing about this place. I love it.
Yeah.
And then, and last but not least, this is the most important one. Every Wednesday night from 7:30 to 8:30, two chicks chatting.
Plus one.
And we'll have new dates coming very soon for the rest of our monthly activities for April. Very, very soon. Guys, we love you so much, and we're
Yes.
so grateful that you join us here every Wednesday night, and you allow us into your lives.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
So on that note, let's just, close this beautiful circle that we've opened and close our eyes, just focusing on the breath, following it in the body, feeling it, bringing it to any place in your body of discomfort or disease, allowing your own life force energy to start healing you. Mind, body, and spirit. And as we do, we raise our hands, having them pointed out, allowing the energy that we have created, the healing, to come through us and out into the universe, sharing our healing and our love and our community with everyone. Asking that anyone that is hurting tonight, please allow me to take their pain and give them healing, happiness, joy, and love just for tonight. And then bringing the energy into your heart center, loving yourself, sharing this wonderful energy with your highest self, your soul self, connecting, grounding, hugging yourself, loving yourself. Thank you for being so authentic tonight, for bringing who you are to share with us here tonight. I love you all. Namaste.
Namaste. Peace, peace, peace.
Have a wonderful night, ladies and gents. We look forward to seeing you next week. We love you all. Good night.
Good night.